13. We were just coming out of the Great Recession. Everyone in the housing construction field was reeling from the housing bubble burst of 2009. I had been in the fiber optic construction industry for over 20 years by this time. But we were literally starting from square one. We had very little capital and had to rely on subcontractors who would be able to wait until we got paid to receive their payments. And that was typically a minimum of 30 to 45 days after the 14 days it typically took to build the plant in the first place. And that is with everything going perfect. And when you use subcontractor labor, my friends, that was tough to control. Hi guys, Jeremy Torisk here, and I'm here today to talk to you about properly using a teleprompter to improve your speaking and presentational skills. I've got a few things set up here today on Tech Tuesday at the Coaching Done Better Studios in sunny Pompano Beach, Florida, where it's always sunny and 75 in the wintertime. And today, we're going to be showing you the products that I use, the software I use, the hardware I use, the tricks I use, and one of the littlest trick is a piece of hardware that is on the floor, allowing me to control the teleprompter without using my hands. So let's get into it today on how to use a teleprompter and to make your speeches and presentations better. First off, I am in a green screen environment. I'm here in the studio and I have a teleprompter in front of me, which I can illustrate by clicking on camera 2 to show you what the teleprompter looks like to me. It's right in front of me. It's on a stand on a tripod, and it simply has the camera behind the glass, and in front of the glass is an iPad. So when I click forward or go, typically in the past, you would have a table next to you and you'd have to press the mouse or scroll with the mouse. And that would take one of your hands. Plus, you're always awkward. You always have your hand here on the table. So you would want to scroll. If I scrolled with the mouse, you would see the words going up. Or if you just hit the mouse on the left side, it starts scrolling like this. And if you hit it again, it stops scrolling like this. But if you hit the wrong side of the mouse, God forbid, it would jump all the way back to the beginning. So imagine being in the middle of a speech, 3/4 into a speech, the exaggerated emotional power close, and you hit the wrong side of the mouse and it jumps back to the top. Wow. Imagine you are dependent upon this teleprompter. So what I'm showing you here is word for word what I'm saying into this microphone. The biggest hurdle that we would be certainly completing for AT&T construction work against the firms that had been industry staples, yada, yada, yada. Now, first off, you shouldn't, tip number 1, try not to go word for word in the teleprompter. That's rule number 1. And why is that, Jeremy? Well, exactly for the point that I'm talking about. If you're dependent on reading every single word and having every single word perfectly, A, you're going to misread it. B, you're never going to memorize it. And C, this is your story. You're not going to have the emotional feelings. You're not going to be in touch with the words that you're saying. You're not going to know exactly when to have that long, pregnant pause if you're just reading and it's just going at a steady pace. So instead of having word for word, try using bullet points, or even a series of pictures. If you're going to have a lot of pictures and you need to, I would just suggest using one slide of pictures, like each picture represents a different paragraph or a different story or a different counterpoint. But if you are in the industry where you're reading a lot of technical jargon, you need to read because you're doing a lot of recording, then it's quite okay then to use a teleprompter and have all of the words on there. And so this, what I'm showing you today, would make it easier to do that. Again, going into the green screen room here, this actually makes the background look great. And so you're interesting looking, and not just a green screen, but you could have anything behind. It doesn't really matter what you have behind you. I do this because it just is better than looking at the green screen behind me. I think I've done other shows about how to properly light a green screen. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and look up those older videos. Now back to the teleprompter. Rule number one: words don't kill speeches. Bullets don't kill speeches. Words do. Right? Too many words. So on your teleprompter, and just as with your slides, if you're going to show slides during a speech, just use bullet points with a few words, or even better, pictures. But if you're going to, again, be talking a lot of jargon where you need to have all the words there for you, you can go ahead and put all these words on a teleprompter. Now here is where things got different for me, and where I made a huge jump forward in presenting with my hands, not glued to the table. And instead of a mouse, you could use it's called a remote pad. It's a teleprompter remote pad. It comes with the software that you buy, the teleprompter software that I have. This actually controls, it would control any teleprompter actually, but it works really good with the one that I have. I see some comments here. Bulldogs won 1992. Hey, Bulldogs 1989. Thanks for definitely presenting today or participating. We appreciate the comments. I can actually see the comments today. How about that? So this is kind of like what I said, the same story though, the same problem with using this is that I could start, I could start reading, and all of a sudden I clicked the wrong, oh no, it just jumped back to the beginning. What am I going to do? Slaying Goliath, how small to medium-sized companies win against market behemoth. I've got to start over again. Oh my gosh, how do I get to, oh my Lord, I got to come, and now I'm panicking, right? So instead of using this, I found this on Amazon. It's a metal piece, and it's two pieces. One sits on the floor. It's made for this particular remote control. This particular remote control fits into that, and then this piece fits over it. Now it's got a metal piece here, prongs that go down that don't set solidly flat. And this little nub right here, the nubbin right there, touches the only one key on this remote control that allows the text to scroll up. If you bump it once, it starts it. If you bump it another time, it stops it. If you hold it down, it just keeps it going. So once you put this into here and it pushes the one button that controls, this is now your foot pedal. So your foot pedal is on the floor here. This, which was the mouse that I used to have to control and have to kind of be all, awkward. And here I can read here, but I'm going to be stuck to this mouse here. This goes away. This goes away. I've got my foot pedal, and now I can put my green screen back on, and I can just control the speed of the teleprompter. Not the speed, I set that beforehand, but I can control the start and stop with my foot. So if I see a word that I want to stop because I think there's a pregnant pause that should be there, this foot pedal here allows me to take the liberty to stop the text in mid-sentence or mid-flow without the liability of myself scrolling up back to the beginning or jumping down to the end. So let's go back to the green screen because it's more fun than just a green background. I'm going to put all of the pieces that I've used here today in the comments later. We're talking about the Teleprompter Pro, the Teleprompter Foot Pad, and basically those are the two biggest things. Everything else is the extra cameras and the Stream Deck and all that stuff, the monitors, the tripods, all that stuff we've covered on other episodes, or we will be covering on future Tech Tuesdays. But today was all about just the teleprompter, how to use it, when to use it, and the awesome foot control that I found on Amazon that has been really a big difference in my presentation game because I can use my hands, which are so powerful It's like another way to express yourself. And if you're stuck to a table here, or if, listen, do you think a lot of people have technology, like to have green screens and cool stuff? Otherwise, they don't. They have webcams, and they've got wired tethered microphones on them. I've got wireless microphones, wireless ear microphones here. You're going to be here on the table in front of you, and you could see the mouse here and control it. It's not professional. Yeah, or it's not as professional as not worrying about the mouse, not being tethered to anything, and using this foot pad to take full advantage of the hands movements that will enhance your speech or your presentation. So I see, yeah, I'm looking through the writing here, through my tripod at the writing at the comments here. So fist bump, can I put my arm on your shoulder? Absolutely. You can put your arm on my shoulder anytime. Appreciate you, brother and or sister. I'm not quite sure which is that because there's no picture, but definitely the hand gestures. This frees you up to really take advantage of getting the most out of your speech or your presentation. Today was a short one. It's only 15 minutes. It's okay. There's no rules to this live stream. This is the Done Better live stream or live streaming Done Better, I should say. We brought to you by Coaching Done Better. If you want to get better at your mind, body, or business, we have the coach for you. We have business coaches, speech coaches. We've got lifestyle coaches, leadership coaches, breathing coaches. We've got tax coaches and credit repair coaches, you name it. We've got a coach for you. It's free to join, www.coachingdonebetter.com. The app is dropping in February. We're very proud, waiting for that moment to come out. This live stream will actually jump over to that platform when that's done in February. So you guys will hopefully come over to the platform with me for this daily dose of live streaming for Coaching Done Better. And we appreciate you. Hope you learned something. I've had a lot of fun creating this video for you. We'll talk soon. Don't forget, we all try to get better every day, improving every day.